Girl Therapy. Hi guys, it's me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Broke Girl Therapy, and we have the lovely Roseanne Barr. Just kidding, Roseanne McAleese.
Roseanne Bars.
Not,
that would have been my
not the
rap name.
racist Roseanne.
No. That's why it was Bars.
Bars.
Yeah.
Roseanne Bars. Roseanne got bars.
Roseanne got bars.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But Isaac was supposed to join us today. Isaac, a.k.a. Kyle, was supposed to join us today, but he was scared.
He was nervous.
Because you guys only met briefly for like a few minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Or however long that was. But then I, was just like, yeah, well, you met already. Should be a vibe. But he, like an hour before we were supposed to meet up was like, I don't know, man. I don't know her. Like, what if she's sensitive? And, I don't want her calling me out on shit.
Sensitive tattooed on my knee. But,
Yeah. You're like, I am a Scorpio.
I am a Scorpio, Cancer rising. I'm a sensitive ass
Yeah, like
bitch.
you're sensitive. But I was just like.
But not like that. More so in the sense that I'm like, wait, you think I'm a bully? Like,
Yeah.
not that I'm gonna.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, you are the type of person, like, you will call bullshit out, but you're not mean.
No.
You're, like,
mean.
never a mean person. So it's just kind of like, but I think for him, he's just, like, honestly probably the most private person on the show. So he probably is just, like, just wants to make sure everything's good.
Copacetic.
So.
And I get that. I mean, as a Scorpio who, like, weirdly enough has a lot of private things, people wouldn't know because I feel like on this podcast I'm very open. But then there are elements of my life where I am very, like, private.
Yeah.
So I get that. And then, so then the control thing, I'm learning because as someone who is currently being ghosted, or not even currently, I have been ghosted.
You've been ghosted,
by
yeah.
Miller ghosted me.
And you talked about him in the last few podcasts that you were on.
Yeah, and I like really liked him, and I was like really enjoying our time together. I was given somewhat of what could be a reason on why he ghosted me, but I can't go off of it because I need it to come straight from his mouth. Which I love when Jasper's like little paws come from underneath the door. He's like,
and you see
hither.
Judy's inside with us, and Judy's like watching him stick his paws and
it's
like
very Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Like, here, Johnny.
Yeah.
He's just like
literally.
See, like at least
and he lays it in, like he just lays his paw through it. He's not even doing anything. He just has his paw through the crack underneath the door, and it's just there.
Just want someone to hold his hand.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay,
buddy.
back to
I got ghosted by Miller. And I kind of have like something of a reason. I told you, like, there is a possibility on why he ghosted me, right?
Yeah,
but I need to hear from his mouth, and I haven't. We had plans on a Tuesday. I hit him up that Tuesday, and then nothing after. I sent him a really nice text message being like, hey, bro, I have a feeling from some mutual friends as to why you're ghosting me. Like, if this is the reason, then I apologize for, where I partook. But, like, I thought we would have some communication. I've always told you communication is a big thing for me.
Own up to his shit.
Yeah, own up to your shit.
Stand on business.
And then it just, nothing. I wasn't blocked on Instagram. I wasn't blocked on Twitter. None of this stuff. Like my text went through, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna remove you as a follower. Like he doesn't follow me anymore, and I don't follow him. And I just kind of was like, oh, that kind of like it just sucks and it hurts because I've never ghosted anyone, and I don't get it. And there lies my control issues because I'm a writer.
Yeah.
I love an ending and I love a closure and I want to write the ending. So I'm kind of like...
You're like, where's the ending?
Where's the ending? And more so, I don't understand why you would choose to ghost someone when you could choose to have the last word. I'd rather have the last word.
Same. I'd rather have the last fucking word too. I'm not someone who's a ghoster, especially if like we've been fucking, we've been hanging out, we have a
8
whole...
months, my guy.
Yes. Like I remember when like guys that I would date, even though it wasn't like obviously a serious relationship, they would just ghost me, and I'm like, what kind of psychotic person are you? Dismissive, fucking avoidant motherfucker.
Yeah. Just like my whole thing is give me one answer.
Right.
Versus the 10,000 I'm going to write myself.
Own your shit. And how dare you think that I won't be able to like handle that?
I think that's my other thing.
And that pisses me off.
That's where a lot of my anger comes from, is that I'm like, so you don't think I'm like, the person I've showed you who's been honest this whole 8 months is the one person you don't think can actually like handle this shit. Like, bro, you've seen me. And also during the time before he started ghosting me, I was like in a weird place where I lost 4 friends in my community and like family members and whatnot. And I was like going through it and he was going through it. And I was like holding space for him and being there for him. And then I just realized that I was like, oh, you really just you're just not mature. Like I used to think that he was because, he's 30. So he's like 5 years younger than me. But I'm like realizing I'm like, oh, you just don't know how to like multitask.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people, I won't even make this a gender thing. I think that people who have dealt with a lot of trauma in their life are really good at being like, let me hold space for other people because I know other people in my life probably have it worse.
Yeah.
And he just was not someone who could do that. But it makes me really sad because I really was liking him. And the sex was so good. I miss the sex. I almost texted him to be like, you don't even have to talk to me.
My cat's scratching
I know. Junie's like has her opinions. I literally almost texted him just to be like, look, we don't even have to talk. I just want you to break my back like a glow stick and leave. Like, don't even make eye contact with me. Just like fuck me in the dark. We'll play, Juvenile's Tiny Desk
because
and like keep it pushing.
As much as like you want that for like instant gratification, when you're in the moment, knowing you, like
I would romanticize it in the moment, but I feel like if he was to leave, I would be fine. Because, like, I noticed the times, and I hate to say it, like...
It wouldn't confuse you even more.
I mean, think what I did with Southern Gentleman. Everyone was so worried about me going back to Atlanta for work to run into him, and, like, me and him had a love affair, and it was just like...
okay, bye.
I can do that. I think that's, like, my Scorpio superpower. It's a blessing and a curse. Yeah. Where I can be like, okay, if you want to make this transactional, sure, bet. And I just have that ability. And now that I'm at this point with Miller, like when I was first being ghosted by him and had a whole week of not knowing what was going on, I was really sad. And it was like, kind of like, man, I really like vibed with this guy. And I was like trying to see where it was going. And like, we were taking it slow. Obviously we had been talking for like 8 months and, I was talking to other people, but was honest with him about that too. And it just made me realize he also did say something. I gave him an out once to be like, hey, there's a lot happening in your life right now. Like, if you want to put a pause on this, like, let's put a pause. And he was like, yeah, I think I might want to. And I was like, okay, well, my boundary is if you do, like, I don't want to talk to you during the pause.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I don't want to lose you. And I was like, okay, then, like, sorry. Then I just wanted to see if you wanted an out. And I guess he just took me on that out offer and just forgot to
say
something to me. So it's also just like weird because I'm like, bro, you could have just been like, yeah, I wanted an out. You know what I mean? And my lawyer and very good friend, she was saying that's probably where he got scared, where he realized that, oh, Rose has more control in this dynamic than I do. And I was like, see, and I wouldn't even think like that because I'm not trying to have control in that dynamic. I'm just trying to let you know, bro, that like I've been taught if someone is going through something.
Maybe because he just was like, oh, Rose will be fine. I'll just do it and not have that conversation.
But even in the text, I was like, bro, can you tell me what's going on?
Yeah.
I literally was like, I was like, hey, like, I just want to know, like, are you good? Like, are you alive? Like, are we good?
Yeah.
And then.
But honestly, like, based off of the people he was friends with.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
He wasn't, like, his friend.
Was corny.
Without going into too much because it's not, like, really our story to tell.
Yeah.
But we know by his movement and his facts that he was fucking corny. He's a narcissist and he's probably a fucking abusive motherfucker, like mentally, at least that, who even knows? Hopefully just that. Yeah. But he's clearly not a good fucking person.
I know.
And that was like his best friend.
And that's why it really breaks my heart because then it made me, and that's where I've been trying to like figure out with my therapist is that I feel, Brian and I talked about this when we were hanging out waiting for you, Steph, when we became best friends that day, about this idea of like when men hold other men accountable.
Yeah.
And I'm having this like weird fear where my problem with Miller is that we had a conversation where I was like, do you hold your male friends accountable? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Of course, if I get the opportunity. And he got the opportunity to hold his toxic friend accountable. And his toxic friend said, get Rose. Your friend Rose is holding me accountable. Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, narcissists tend to like to isolate people in a way. And and hopefully this isn't the situation, but just like based off of like what I've seen and my own judgment of psychology, what I've learned and all that stuff, is that like I mean, in relationships and romantic relationships, you could definitely be manipulated by your partner, but that also happens in friendships. So it kind of looks like, you know, in the situation, he was almost just like convinced from his friend, you know, and I'm sure he's probably a loyal ass fucking friend. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna stand by my friend, even though what his friend did
was disgusting
and
terrible and awful. And we had thousands and thousands and thousands of receipts of how terrible his friend is. And my thing was that I kept saying to Miller, I will not judge your existence against his actions. Like, what's happening with your best friend has nothing to do with you and me. Like, I kept on being like, I was like, Miller, like, look, babe, like, what we got is cool, sacred, and special. Like,
that's his friend probably was like trying to get, because you called him out on his bullshit and got him basically caught.
Yeah, I got this man caught the fuck out.
So his way of getting back to you was through that connection.
And look, and Miller chose his best friend.
Which is so fucked up, but that's really what it is. And his friend was, so anyways.
That's it.
It sounds like just it sounds like a messy dynamic to not be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely
dodged. But I'm sorry that, you know, ghosted does fucking suck.
And it just hurts because I really liked the dude. And I felt like we had a really severe, good connection.
Should we clip a thing? Should you say something to the camera to him?
I mean, I miss your dick. That's pretty much it. Kidding. What do you
mean?
Like,
you know you miss him as a person.
I do miss him as a person.
You just wish he didn't ghost you and you could have had an explanation.
That's pretty much it. I mean, honestly, I just want an explanation. But, okay. I want an explanation. Because I believe everyone, and I even said in the text message, I was like, all my friends think I'm crazy for sending you this very kind text message. But I believe everyone, no matter what, deserves grace and honesty, right? Yeah. And Miller's rule, when me and him started this thing fucking 9 months ago now, his rule was we have to be friends first. My thing is, bro, I just wanted you to be a better friend. That was it. Like, sure, you were a better friend to your best friend because you chose to go with this narcissist, but it also, I'm like, you ain't got no backbone. Like, you can't.
Right.
Like,
you can't stand on your own and have your own fucking mind and opinion on the situation. Like, you're just like, well, that's my friend, so I'm gonna stand beside him.
And my other thing was, if you were so overwhelmed by the entire situation, which I tried so hard to keep him out of, I was like, everyone keep Miller's name out their mouth. Keep it like he has nothing.
He even mentioned to you too, saying like, yeah, he's kind of like that, and
he even opened up to me. He was like, he's kind of I've always had to get him out of trouble. It's just always been me and him. He gets in trouble, I get him out of trouble. Like, it's kind of abusive.
I don't know if I'm just like really fucked up or like judgmental, but because I kind of clocked it the moment that I met him because it was too charming.
Oh, I know.
Like,
the best friend.
Yeah, not Miller, his best friend. That is the issue here. But he was too charming to the point where I don't trust people who are that charming.
Yeah.
And so what happened was we were at your party and I'm walking by and I make eye contact with him because I'm walking past him and he's just like, you're not going to say hi? And I'm like, oh. And I'm thinking like, how do I know this man? Maybe I forgot because, you know, shit happens. And I was like, oh, sorry. Have we met before? And he's like, no, but we can meet now. And I'm just like,
that's him.
And to me, I'm like, I don't know if he's like flirting or just trying to be like, just cool, like friends, you know, because this is Rose's party. And I was like, and Rose is such a great personality that I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if she just also like, you know, accumulate other people with similar personalities. That I don't know. Like, I just was like, maybe he's just friendly. And I was like, also, like, he might be gay. Sorry.
No, I mean, you're not the only person that thinks that.
So
Larry,
I wasn't sure.
Larry. But let's call Miller's best friend Larry.
And so Larry just made me, I don't know, because that's my stepdad's name. I don't know if I.
Oh my God. Okay.
I can't do it. It's my mom's husband.
Let's do Lionel.
So Lionel, yeah, he looks like a Lionel.
He looks like a Lionel, right?
So I'm like, I don't know. That just kind of like, was it flattering? Yes. But it was also just like, it like made me feel weird.
Yeah.
Where I was like, why did you do that. Like, I don't know. It just is when it's too like suave.
Slicker than an oil
I don't
slick.
like I for some reason feel weird about very suave people. I like more down to earth,
Yeah.
organic type of feel. So
Yeah.
when someone feels a little calculated, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You know?
And
But
it's charming to younger girls.
yeah.
And then
I can see if you're younger being like, oh, you know.
Which is why he got outed. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so it's very interesting why I think Lionel was why people like you and like Alyssa and JJ and Lauren and all of them were like, is he gay? And also, what is this like?
What's his deal? Yeah.
Charismatic, charming thing.
Overly
what are you
charismatic.
trying to?
Overly. It's just like
Felt like a
bro,
Ponzi scheme. He was like, look over
Right.
here because I'm about to steal your wallet. Like, whatever it
literally,
was.
Like, it's like, what are you, like, what's the motive?
Yes, exactly.
You know? And especially because it was a very chill party. Like, it
Yeah.
was just, everyone was just like kicking
It's a house
it.
party.
It was a house party, with kicking it, you know? And so it just felt very overly charismatic. And I was just like, I mean, it is LA, I guess.
But
You
also
know, you start
so-
thinking like,
But also so contract to Miller because Miller is so calm,
yeah,
down to earth, and just chill.
yeah.
So I feel like that's why, again, I can't get myself to really, truly talk
Understand.
about
Or-
him, just his actions. Because I think it's very weak and immature. Just
So I guess for like context for people, so just in case I don't understand. So before before Miller ghosted you, there was an altercation between you and his best friend
yes.
because of reasons that we don't want to talk about because it's not our story to tell.
All we'll say is that he got caught cheating.
He got caught cheating. And it was just a lot of
And in a weird way, he pulled me into it. And I defended
Yeah.
myself. Lionel tried to pull me into it and be like, oh, it's Rose's fault. And I was like, no, it is not. And I told Miller, I was like, your friend's trying to call me out. And Miller was like, pop off.
But also,
Do you?
can I say the part of that? You went on that app.
Oh, I did. I did post him on the app. I did post him on an app.
So he probably was also like, dang, like, you know?
But my other
but
thing
also,
was,
like-
I posted him on T app so people can find him.
Yeah. So it basically was just like, oh, the app is basically like, who else is dating this man?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a community of women where
Red flags and green flags.
red flags and green flags, and they all just share the people they're dating with just to see, you know,
Cross-reference.
cross-reference, you know, maybe like you see your abusive ex
Which
whatever
is what happened.
now dating this person. It's like, this is the place where you're like, hey, by the way, this is,
Just to let you know, girl.
yeah.
And I
It's
have to say,
girlhood to its finest.
and I have to say, the Discord on it, people think is negative. It is not. It is some of the most positive Discord I've ever seen. I've even seen girls being like, hey, I understand that this guy has a green flag. I just want to tell people that I had a weird experience with him. And then girls are like, hey, thanks for that update. Like, it's no one's been like, there's
Right.
no one calling out anyone, except in this example when Lionel was posted, a girl came out and was like, thank you. Because
Yeah.
everyone thought I was crazy. No one believed me. And then now I feel like I'm vindicated and
validated,
believed and
yeah.
validated. And I was like, you're welcome. And I like dipped out.
and not anyone could just go on this app. You have to
no,
be,
you have to be
invited-
like a
yeah.
girl and you have to be invited and you have to like
Not even
verify
sponsored
yourself.
too, by the way.
Yeah, but great ad.
Yeah.
Great app. And the
great
crazy
ad.
thing is I stayed and great ad. You're welcome, T. You want to spill it on the boy? Tee it up. But even I stayed honest with Miller that entire time where I was like, bro, and he was the one, I even said to him, I was like, but I'm going to separate us. Like, I'm having issues with your homie, but it's between me and him. And Miller's response was, I can't defend that man. It's okay. This is something he's done before. And I said, great. Basically, you're giving me permission to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
And then
But now he
Yeah.
goes to you.
now he's ghosted me.
How are you doing?
I mean, bummed because I did like him, but for the most part, like, I mean, I'm fine now. Like, it's just like, I mean, we're talking about it now, so it like, of course, there's like emotions, but like, I mean, I'm okay. It's just the idea that I think that's the thing that's annoying about ghosting is because there is no actual conclusion, there is this constant like opening of the wound or like checking in on it. And especially because I feel like so many of my friends were attached to this story and we were also invested. But if anything, I'm kind of like, look, I hope he's fine. It sucks because he has an abusive friend who's taken advantage of a really sweet guy. I think Miller's a great dude. I really, really do.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a good guy to date, but I do think there's a good person underneath it all. I do think that he wakes up one day and realizes that I was the best thing that ever happened to him. And he will. And unfortunately, I will be at that point in my life where I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Even the sex, like, I miss your dick, that's going to expire soon too.
Yeah.
Because
I was going to say, like, do you think you saying, oh, we could just have that exchange, you don't have to make eye contact, we could just have sex, do you think that's you just trying to take your, like, power back of the situation, like trying to find your own conclusion?
For sure.
Of, like, at least the last chapter was we had sex and I said goodbye.
Yes, no, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Because I'm a writer. I love an ending. You know,
just like, we could just have that sex, but so like that's why you're able to move on, is because you're able to like write that conclusion. But
and end that chapter. But
is that healthy? Maybe is that why you did that to Southern Gentleman too?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Southern Gentleman and we still talk not like consistently. It's just you know, he was like the fires.
I really liked him.
And I do too. I will always love that man. He's so quiet.
He's very like mute.
I mean, yeah, he's like,
but it's like, what better companion to someone who's so loud, you know, as you have a mute. Like,
and I will always, Southern Gentleman is so great. Cause I will always have love for him. Because I just think that he has such a special place in my heart. Because he also reminded me, I'm not ready to, I don't want to settle, right? Yeah. I'm also not the marrying type. Like, I really don't want to get married. Like, he kind of solidified that for me. He also solidified the fact that I don't want kids, you know? And I think he's still on the fence. So I wanted to, like, not stop him from that. And he's reminded me that I'm going up on my quality and going down on my quantity. Like, I don't need to sleep with a million guys anymore, you know? And that's like where even I feel like I was like, even with Miller, I was like, let me take this real slow. Because like Southern Gentleman and I hooked up immediately. Everyone was like, I was like, this is my boyfriend. Everyone's like, whoa, that happened so quickly. And that's why with Miller, I was like, I'll fuck around and find out. And still had some like dudes on the, you know, side burner and whatnot. And I do feel like we were getting kind of to that point where I was like, oh yeah, like, I could see you around more often. Like, I could probably cut the roster.
You fit in with the crew. Like,
you fit in with the crew. Like, you're like, he did. And he was really good quality. And I even said it to him. I was like, bro, I think you're a good person. I just don't know if you're a good dude. And now I know he's not a good guy. He's just not. I
don't want to say he's not a good guy. Maybe he just is having a not good guy moment.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think you're a good person. But I just don't think you're a good guy for me.
Right.
Like, in the dating sense, and like, that's my guy. Like, that's my boy, you know?
Yeah.
And it sucks because I know that I know for a fact that I'm the one that got away. Like, I just know that. And I thought, it's so weird because I always thought that I would like that feeling.
Yeah.
To be the girl that got away. And now I'm like, oh, that's not fun.
It's not.
It's not cute. You know?
Because it's toxic.
Yeah, it's toxic, and it's also just like, bro, it's
like romanticizing again. Like, it's like those movies that romanticize like these really toxic situations. You know, like Disney movies, like Beauty and the Beast. Like, no,
abusive
that's abusive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It goes back to like all of that. It's like, oh, the one that got away, Katy Perry. You know, it's
exactly.
like a song. It's like, no, actually. No. It's not a good feeling because I'd rather just be together.
Yeah, it's not that I wanted to be the one that got away. I wanted you to be the one to stay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It. That's pretty much it.
That's the poem right there.
And I do think in a weird way that is kind of like the difference between, I think, I've been kind of being a little more generous, but I feel like masculine and feminine energy is like, I feel like masculine energy is like a lot of guys are like, oh, the one that got away. She's the one that got away. It's always she.
Yeah.
And I feel like girls, it's like, well, you were the one I wanted you to stay.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, yeah, the one, you know, I don't want the one that doesn't want to stay. And it's like, no, I just wanted to be the reminder that, bro, this is a safe place.
Yeah.
You could stay here, and guess what? It could be safe, and there could be no drama. You know what I mean? Miller, I'm not gonna have you defend me like you have to defend Lionel. Like, bro,
Yeah.
would never put you in that situation, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also understand that that's your best friend. So if that's what you needed to do, that's what you need to do.
But you're a loyal ass friend too. What would you have done if you were?
I would have at least told Miller. If the roles were reversed.
Yeah, you would have definitely. Oh yeah, I
would have
so.
been like,
yeah.
Miller, I need some time to figure out what's happening. My friend fucked up. She embarrassed herself. She might be borderline narcissist, but that's my bitch. That's my girl. She came before you. She's probably going to be after you, but I'm not going to lie on what you and I have. But, like, just give me a minute. And, like, if it comes back around, it comes back around.
It just maybe shows that he's not, has the emotional capacity to be able to handle.
I don't think he does.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but.
Because that sucks.
On to the next one, you know.
Is there any new prospects?
Well, we will call him Financial Bro. There was a Financial Bro for a hot second. He was really sweet. I really liked him.
Was he white?
He was a white guy.
I was going to say Financial Bro, you'd only go white with that.
Yeah, he was a white guy. Like, we enjoyed each other's company. And then, okay, so he voted for Trump the first time. I found out this recently after we had hooked up for a little bit because I kind of had like a feeling and he like kind of had it. And then he lied to me and he said that he voted this election for Jill Stein. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever, you know, rolling my eyes. And then I found out he was like, I actually didn't vote at all. And I was like, Financial Bro, come on.
Did he vote in the 2020 election?
No. Well, he voted for, so he voted for Trump the first time, Biden, then didn't vote at all, but lied about voting. And I was like, why'd you have to lie? That's such a weird lie,
weird
dude.
Lie. Just
like,
say
you
it.
know what I mean? And it's like, it's not even like you, like, okay, like, yeah, it sucks that you didn't vote for Trump, but like, we could have used you for Harris, you know, or like even the Jill Stein of it all.
But
fine,
he's in
whatever.
California, so
So
it's
it
like,
was
guess it's fine. But if you were like in Pennsylvania, this might be a problem.
Exactly, my guy. So, and then, you know, I feel like we were like hooking up for a little bit, more so after the Miller thing, because I was like, hey, I'm free. And he's like sweet, but we kind of like had the conversation where I was like, yeah, I don't know where this is going. I feel like we're just too opposite. What's crazy is that he is the same age as Miller, but like financially, and like, I mean, he has like a fucking place in downtown LA, like nice ass condo, and like has his life together. And
it's
I'm
so
like, okay.
Weird when you see people who have like their lives together.
But also, I feel like he does financially. He has his life together, but I don't not like he's very lonely.
Yeah. Aww.
But not in like a bad way. I mean, obviously, like we were, you know, talking about relationships and like getting to know each other that way. But I feel like his big thing was he's had the same like 5 friends his entire life. He's had the same 5 friends his entire life, but he's only has like 3 best friends in LA. And I was like, that's pretty good. And he's like, yeah, but 2 of them are married and have kids. And then one's his like single friend. He's always like, yeah, but that's like, you know, I can only hang out with that friend when he's not like chasing girls, you know? And so he has everything. I mean, he's always traveling. That's the other thing is he's always like, let's go somewhere. And I'm like, I feel weird. Like I'm at a point right now in my life where I just also feel weird. Like if a guy's like, I'll pay for everything. And I'm like, I really don't want that actually.
Why?
I don't know why. I know I sound absolutely psychotic and there's probably women being like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Rose? But that's just not me. I'm just not that type of girl. I'm just so.
If you were ever like in a serious committed relationship, like you were in, you know, a partnership with someone, like what would you want your financial dynamic to be? Like 50-50, someone pays that, you know, what would that look like for you?
I mean, Southern gentlemen will tell you we like physically fought over the bill all the time. He would just be like, can you let me pay for something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why don't you just like release that control?
I know, but Charles McAleese did not raise me that way. He raised me to be this, you know, he raised me to be the rich man, you know?
I know, but it's okay to still be that, but also be like, all right, I'm going to let you take care of me for a second. Like for this meal, like I'm going to let you get me, you know, like tap into your like divine femininity and let the man just like, you know, do that for you. There's nothing wrong with it.
There is not anything wrong with that. And I applaud the women who do it. Absolutely love those bitches. I am a huge fan. Any Anoras listening, love those girls.
Yeah.
Love a sugar baby. I love that shit. But I just think, I don't know, for me, it is a control thing. And fuck, I'll bring it up with my therapist. We're working out.
Yeah.
That will be my next thing about like my.
Yeah, like you should tap into that.
Yes. Financial independence is a big thing for me. But I think that's also attached to this idea that that's where I caretake. Like literally I caretake. I mean, I financially help out my parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. I feel like that's just like
I feel like
where
you
I
tap
feel
into
useful.
like that masculine energy a lot in the relationship and the dynamic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think that ever clashes? Because you date men, obviously. It'd be different if you date women, but like if you date men, like, and they like seem very masculine. Like, so does that ever clash? I mean, yeah, with Southern Gentleman.
He's not. But that's just because Southern Gentleman is so funny like that because he's just like, he just was taught that
because you are also very nurturing. Like there is that kind of like that feminine like.
I mean, it comes on in the bedroom. I want to be a lady in the bedroom.
Yeah, like you're a lady and all those other.
I'm a freak in the street, but I'm a lady in the bedroom.
Yeah, but it's almost like you like playing both roles.
I do think that
which is good to tap into it, but there's something there with like the sense of control of like you don't want them to fully take care of you, and maybe the finance part is where you have that like kind of upper hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's not like I ever use it against anyone.
Yeah.
I just like I would never. I think that's why I do it is because I have had men use it against me where it's like, well, I paid for dinner, now you owe me something. And I'm like, whoa.
You shouldn't be dating men like that then.
Well, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm not.
We all have
you know
that.
what I mean? Oh, come on. That's like literally.
I remember White Nick one time paid for my like dinner and he looked at me and was like, oh, but didn't I pay it last time? And I was like,
see.
And then he was like, never mind, and like paid for it. And I was like, that was weird.
That
was weird. So I know that feeling of just like, oh, let me pay so But then like, I don't know. Now when I like if I do pay like dinner with me and Brian, like I do it because it's like
I want
to, but also it's like he does it for me too.
Yeah.
So I want to like give it to him back,
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, and I think that's also you literally took me out to dinner and I was like, are you sure? And you were like, this is Rose, I'm taking you out to dinner because you did something nice for me and I'm repaying you.
Yeah.
And I'm still like,
yeah.
So yeah, but it's very much that. But like in my early 20s, I've had men be like, I bought you something, so now you owe me. And I'm like, that's not my jam.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But maybe, look, I know a lot of men think like that, but I mean, not all of them. So like, why not? It might be just the trauma.
It's a control. I think it's a little bit trauma. I think it's also a little bit of just like I weirdly enough actually don't even like talking about money.
Yeah.
So like when the bill comes, I'm like, I'll get it.
It is a weird thing. And just be like, okay, yeah, like I'll get it.
Because being I've been the kid so many times. Because like we weren't poor, but we were broke. You know what I mean? And so like being the kid that would go out and do things with friends, and then everyone's like, okay, we're paying this much, and I'm like, oh fuck, do I have that much? You know what I mean? And like just like the nervous energy of being like, that's
probably where it stems from too.
Oh yeah, like that fear of just not having. No, it's okay, guys. Like I won't get anything to eat. I'm not hungry.
Yeah,
and it's like no, because I've
totally done it before too.
Exactly, I just can't afford the wherever we are.
Yeah.
So there's been that. So now as like an adult who has like money, I'm always being like, no, I got it, and I got it. And me, friend bank.
Yeah.
It's always like, I'm always like, just pay it forward. Like, there'll be a day where I'm like, you want to buy this coffee? Like, it's kind of.
I know you were like, okay, next time it would just be on me. And I was like, yeah, we could just like.
Yeah, just go back. Friend bank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Deposits. It's just constantly this $45 that's just going back and forth between friends.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. But yeah, I think I don't know. I feel like things. I will say though, it does really crack me up when I've done it for men, and men are kind of like, "Damn, that was nice." Like they are like very
sure
pretty
they like
women
it too. Yeah, like it's nothing
like,
wrong. I think that we should sometimes pay for like the dinner. Like I think it's like.
I feel also it's a flex.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Because
like I got you, I got you, boo.
I got you, like literally.
I got you. I'm gonna take care of you.
I mean, I feel like in a weird way, it does the reverse, like where it's like I was scared that men think that if they paid for something, like I owed them something.
Yeah.
But like I've had it where I've like okay, only because he's literally the last person I went on like a date with where I paid for it was like Miller, and I like paid for our first date, and he was just like, okay. He was like, damn. You wanna go back to my place? And I was like, oh, like I was like, oh, I get it. Like, it's just like, I think he was just like impressed by it.
Yeah.
But then I also think then it bites me in the ass because then I do think I've been in relationships with men where I am the financial stable one, and
So
they
they
get
expect
weird.
you, yeah.
Or no, not that they expect it, but they just get weird where they're like, no, I can pay for it. Like, stop. And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, like, fine. You know, if you want to put a dollar amount to this relationship, like, who the fuck am I to like fight us? But
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's a control. I mean, again, Isaac and I would have so much in common because we both have control issues. I would buy him I would take him out to dinner.
Right. Oh, next time.
Next time.
Well, we have a listener email.
Okay.
And we haven't done these in a while.
I know. I'm so
But someone
excited.
sent an email recently, and
With me in mind?
yes, and they want you to answer it.
Oh, God. Is it about ghosting?
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
I don't ever read the emails ahead of time.
Mm.
So, haha, T. I mean, I'm sure that's pretty obvious.
I was going to say, I remember when
Sometimes.
we did that show. Sorry, we got an active
Oh,
member
yeah, the
in
one
the
in
audience.
New York.
The one in New York, and it
Oh
turned
my
dark
God,
real quick.
it was so.
And Brian and I were looking at each other backstage with Southern Gentlemen being like, we should probably read these before they go on stage.
And I don't. I'm just like, all right. And then I'm like in front of an audience. I'm like, this is very intense. Yeah.
Free
It's
balling.
like, yeah.
And then he
so-
went to jail, and you're like, oh, shit, he went
Yeah,
to
like,
jail.
and he robbed me. And you're like, oh my God. It was crazy.
He had it all.
Yeah. Subject is, would you forgive him?
No. Just going to throw that out there now.
No.
I'm going to say no.
We'll see.
Unless.
At the end of this conversation, watch us be crying. Be like, sometimes
And
forgiveness.
forgiveness is the thing is everyone deserves, wasn't I just saying? Everyone
Yeah.
deserves honesty and grace. Not forgiveness. Notice how I didn't say that word. I said honesty and grace.
Okay.
Grace is different than forgiveness. Grace is being like, I see what you did, and I don't want to address it.
Yeah. Grace is my future last name.
Oh,
I'm not engaged. But
Oh.
Brian's last name is Grace.
oh my God! I literally for a second would thought that where
No,
I
I'm
was
not
like,
engaged. But ooh, imagine. This is like the announcement.
no, I did. I literally sat in this chair and had this moment where I was like, is this the moment I find out you guys?
Hell no, it wouldn't be like this. I wouldn't do it
So
like that.
Brian's like, I wouldn't do like that, Rose. I would
Yeah.
like at least,
Call you or something.
Would you propose to? Would you ask Junie and Well, I guess you guys got Jasper at the same time, but would you ask Junie like for her permission?
I got Judy when we were dating,
Oh, you were okay.
but no, he's
Like I
not.
said,
He's
I don't
not.
want to get into too much details because she asked a lot of questions, but
Okay.
I think you would probably know.
Oh.
If, like things go as planned.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God.
I can keep a secret. Okay.
Oh
okay,
my
okay.
God. Okay. Anyways,
Anyways,
I'm not
sorry.
engaged, but
Also,
yeah.
I never want to get engaged. I just want people
Why?
to know. I just want the guy to be like, let's get married, and I'm gonna be like, great, it's gonna happen at the end of the
Oh
week.
yeah,
Like, I
that's
just want it to
totally-
happen
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah. I know what you mean.
But just to let you guys know, if you ever get invited to my housewarming party, just know that's probably gonna be my wedding, where I'm gonna be like, hey, I bought this house with this dude. This is our wedding.
Yeah,
like,
that is
that's the kind
that
of wedding
is
I
more
want.
of a wedding than anything.
I want a surprise wedding.
Yeah, because the money should be
surprise to me,
like
too.
for the house, so it's
Yes.
kind of perfect. Like you're not wasting your money on some fucking venue. Like
No.
you bought the house, that's your venue. Now let's make it kind of genius.
That's what I want to
We
do. I
might
want a
have to- we
house
might have to
party
write
for
that
a
down.
wedding.
We might have to write that
Take
out.
it, steal it. You
Yeah.
guys can have it. I want a house party for a wedding.
Yeah,
Beer
'cause
pong and
I
everything.
do want a house party for a wedding. Like I want a
Yeah.
backyard wedding. Like I've been saying that.
Yeah.
And like food trucks pull up. Like
Yes.
that's just what I want.
And if anyone gets too drunk, go asleep in the
Yes.
fucking guest room.
Yes,
That's it.
It's exactly what I want for my wedding too.
Yeah, so I want it to be a
We'll talk,
surprise
we'll
to
talk.
everyone involved, including the bride. Where I'm
Okay.
like, oh, I got married.
I got
Sorry. It's a shocker.
You're like, what? Yeah.
Who would have?
Okay,
Okay.
back to the message.
Yes.
So first, I'm not using my names.
Okay.
I'll use zodiac signs to help keep things organized.
Your fans know you so well.
They know what's up. Some backstory for you. Me, Aries, 28. This guy, Gemini, 28, have been hooking up for years. He has a great big dick and it's thick. Sorry. I haven't
I get it,
read.
girl, I
I haven't
get
done
it,
this
I
in a
get
while. I was like, "Ooh, this is very straightforward."
Okay. You're like, wow. my
Wow, y'all
fans.
are. I'm like raunchy.
You're like, remember when I took a break and I wanted to focus on therapy? And now
Right.
it's like,
It's
his
like, we're
dick
right
was
back into
thick
the
and
sex.
long. His stroke broke my back like a glow stick. Let's go. Okay.
He's a big dick who knows my body, and I know I like it rough. When I say years, I meant almost 6 years on and
What?
off. He's been my sneaky link for when I'm single. So when I'm dating someone, we don't talk.
Okay.
Yeah. This last year, 2024, I was not dating and just focusing on me. But
Okay.
your girl got some needs, so my sneaky link was the only person I was hooking up with. I know he's not my type. I know he's not the type for me to be in a serious relationship, so I told him he could sleep with other people as long as he's fucking me, and as long as he's not fucking me and other girls raw. Because safety first.
That's my favorite rule. That was me and Miller's rule.
Yeah.
Anytime that your number one draft pick on my roster, you raw.
Right.
But I'm fucking every man that I fuck condoms with, and I get tested.
And make sure to
immediately
have that
afterwards.
conversation, because
Yeah,
there's been
that's
times where it's
important.
like raw and you're like, I think this is official now because we're not wearing a condom. No,
Yeah,
have that
no,
conversation.
Have that conversation.
Anyways, he started acting kind of weird after my B-day. And by weird, all I mean is he stopped giving me head.
Oh, okay.
At first, I didn't care.
Wait, can I just say something right now? Aries is Gen Z.
Yeah.
I love this bitch already. I'm rooting for her. This is a young buck, and I'm a fan.
Yeah, we love it.
Shit got weird because he wasn't giving me head. Preach. Let's
Preach.
go. Okay. I'm fucking Ohio skiddy toilet ass.
Right. No, that's more alpha A.
Oh.
Or alpha.
It's alpha.
Gen alpha.
Okay.
Alpha A.
No, alpha A.
At first, I didn't care because he wasn't given that good at it. But, sometimes it just helps. I just want to say Brian gave me the best head for Valentine's Day.
Wait, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
Brian, way to
He's
go.
like sitting right here, too. He's all,
As he's petting
as
the
he's
cat.
petting the cat.
He's like, and I
He's like
killed
stroking it. He's like, yep.
He's like,
That
I
was
stroked
me.
the pussy and I ate the pussy. Oh my God.
Aw.
Lick the V for the V Day. That's so sweet.
It was very sweet.
Look, Junie doesn't want to hear. She's like, ew, mom and dad are disgusting.
Like, this is so
Look
gross.
at her back. It's all spranged.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
so he's okay, but he has big dick. That's why he's bad at head.
Yeah,
For you,
that's very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're focused on the wrong thing.
I called him out on it, and he just sent me a dumbass meme as a response. A response didn't even understand. So I decided I would stop sleeping with him for a while because what the fuck? So after I stopped hooking up with him, April 2024, I got tested. Everything came back negative. Yay! Sorry, I just thought about that one time. I thought I had gonorrhea. But
Oh my God, my favorite memory
But
ever.
I didn't. I was
My
fine.
favorite memory ever. No, we just tested you for it. And you were like, I got syphilis.
You're like, no, we just tested
it
you
for
for
you.
it.
Here's the laundry list of things that we have. That was a blonde moment.
That was
was
a
your best
really-
bottle
was-
blonde moment
that
ever.
was sad. It was really sad, but it's okay.
Do you read a menu and think to yourself, I'm a shrimp?
Yeah,
You guys are part shrimp.
literally.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, no one's gonna get that joke unless they know
No,
that
I didn't get
reference.
it, but I just laughed for support.
Well, no, I'm just saying because you read it on the menu
yeah.
of
So there's-
things.
So it's like, oh, there's shrimp, so I'm a shrimp.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of being like, we tested for these things, and you were like, oh, I'm pregnant. Like,
Yeah,
immediately
no.
all these things. Sorry, continue.
can't,
Okay,
okay.
so yay, she has it. So it's April 2024.
So about a year
So
ago.
she must be a March Aries, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe April Aries.
Well, because she said
it
he
says
started
that.
acting weird around her birthday, and if she got tested and stopped, sorry, girl, I'm psychoanalyzing
Yeah,
you.
yeah. It's okay. It's okay. The logistics don't matter.
My bestie Clarice is an Aries. That's the only reason why. And Claire's an Aries, so I know. these
Yay.
things.
So I stopped responding to him and stopped hooking up with him for a while
Okay.
to teach him a lesson. Usually it works and I get my way. ... Usually. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Flash forward to July 2024. Celibacy is too tough. So I hit him up on Snapchat, the sneaky app. And I notice I'm not friends with him anymore. Okay. I assume he's in a relationship. Fine. Whatever. I can't be mad. Not my man. Not my problem. I got my vibrators. LOL. Now, flash forward again, October 2024. He adds me back. Yeah, I wait a day.
Jasper agreed. He was like,
Jasper
"Whoa."
raised
Jasper
his
was
hand.
like, "What, agree?" He added you
He
back.
added
Okay,
you
so he
back.
added you back.
I wait a day.
Snapchat is still a thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's for the streets.
Oh, okay. I don't run back the block. That's why.
Yeah. I wait a day to make him sweat. We have a little flirty, sassy conversation. I find out he had a girlfriend, but it ended, but she was trying to go through his phone. Whatever. I told him, cool, if you want to hook up again, get tested because I'm horny and I like it raw. He said, bet. Cool, I trust him because 6 years of hooking us up on and off.
Oh, no.
For context, I travel for a living, so I'm not always available to hook up with him. So like I said, I don't care if he sleeps with other women. Just wear a condom.
Oh, no.
And we do like 100% of the time. But I don't know. I was craving it raw for a while. He hits me up randomly while I'm working, asking if I was still interested in a threesome with another girl.
Oh.
I say yes because I'm bisexual, and yeah, I would love to do a threesome because of how big he is. He shows me the girl, Leo, 25, and she is so pretty and so my type.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Cute. He kept you in mind. That's cute.
I come home and I asked him if he got his test results back. He said he was busy and didn't have time to get tested, but he hadn't been active. So, because of our 6-year history, I decided to trust him. We have sex.
Aries.
I love anal.
Okay.
And he always finishes in my ass.
Okay.
LOL, I'm a freak, but he's my vanilla big dick man. Okay. She's very...
I'm a fan of hers.
We love it.
But he's coming in your ass. I don't think he's vanilla.
Right.
Maybe he might be a little Rocky Roadie.
I think she's saying vanilla, like as if he's white.
Okay. Or I thought it was like because he was born, because he's like safe.
I'm a freak. Oh, yeah. I'm a freak, but he's my vanilla big.
Vanilla.
Oh.
Unless she is making a reference to the male equivalent of me, Jack Harlow. You know, I might be vanilla baby.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I know,
Kill it, baby.
We planned a threesome with this girl, and it didn't happen, but me and her did hook up.
Oh, fun.
She's super pretty and kinky. I think I love her. LOL. Yeah.
Why do the lesbians move so quickly?
I know.
Love.
But
she's also a Leo. I get it. Okay.
Do Leos move quickly?
No, I'm just saying it's so easy to fall in love with Leos.
Really?
Well, listen.
I've never dated a Leo, so I don't know.
Well, I just think of me personally. JJ and Alyssa are both Leos, and I'm just like, and Grace, and I'm like, I love those 3 women. Aww. So I'm like, Leos. You know?
Yeah.
Leos are the best.
I'm friends with Leos. I've actually never dated a Leo. I just don't think I could ever date one. I'm just never clearly attracted to them.
I've fucked the entire astrology, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, which one was the best out of the zodiac chart? Scorpios?
Let me think about that.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Yeah.
Then
she goes out of town for like 2 weeks. Since he's been my sneaky link for 6 years, me and him keep hooking up while she's gone. Unprotected. She comes back and tells me her pH balance feels weird. Apparently, when they hooked up, he forgot the condom once. Since me and her were the only ones hooking up with him, we just thought nothing of it. He keeps flaking on this threesome. He tried to plan, always excuses, got stuck at work, I'm too hungover, just dumb bullshit. So because he annoys me one last time, I tell Leo, the girl, that I'm going to put him on timeout again because I can't deal with the back and forth of him not wanting to do this threesome, but also wanting to do it. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, why are you like not trying to? My God,
right? You said
Brian's
this,
like, hello, it's a threesome,
right?
What the fuck? It's like, a woman paying for dinner. Like, go get your free meals.
Well, like, what the fuck is wrong? Yeah. So, like always, I go get tested. ... First test, negative. Cool. Next day, I'm getting ready to go out to the bars with my friends, and my phone rings. It's the clinic.
No!
My heart drops. I'm positive for chlamydia. It's like I see red.
The flower. I get it.
I immediately call my bestie and go on a full-on rant. She reminds me about Leo. So I text her. She gets tested. Boom. Same thing. I text him, going off on him, and he apologizes a couple times and says, I hope I can make it up to you. I asked him how he could have got it, and he said that he wasn't active. He lied to me. In the meantime, from April to October, he was in a relationship hooking up with Leo and a random girl from a different city. Supposedly, no overlapping happened. But I don't know, if you ask me, 3 new bodies in so many months is pretty fucking active. He said he used protection like he normally does, so he didn't know where he could have got it from.
Lie.
I make it pay for my doctor appointment and my medicine. Leo does the same. Hell yeah.
As you should. I've definitely had men do that.
Yeah. A month later, my coochie still doesn't feel the same. I go
takes
back.
A while.
It does. Actually, I don't know. I've never had a chlamydia.
You never had chlamydia?
I thought I did.
Oh,
but,
yeah, that's right. It just takes a while because the antibiotics just like, oh, God, antibiotics of any kind just destroy your body, you know?
I go back to the doctor. My chlamydia antibiotics gave me my BV and a yeast infection.
Very common.
I'm so annoyed.
Also stress on top of that. Poor
Yeah.
girl. Oh.
This man that I trusted with my body for so many years made my coochie sick twice.
Oh.
I text him and request the money for the meds because you break it, you buy it. LOL. I like her.
Get it, Aries.
I love you, Aries. He tells me he's sorry and still hopes he can make it up to me. At this point, he's blocked on Snapchat because that's where I used to send him nudes. And since he is grounded, I'm taking away your toys, aka my nudes. When it comes to hooking up with him, apparently I'm the only girl that can take his dick whole. In all my holes, all 3, hee hee.
Oh, look at her. Proud of her.
I
She's
know.
like a fucking heavyweight champ.
Yeah, she's
Just like taking in the walls.
She could just take it
if
all
these
in.
walls could talk. If these walls could talk.
He's asking me to add him back on Snap because he misses the videos. The videos? You don't miss fucking me? Ugh, I'm so annoyed. Anyway,
She wrote that?
She did.
That's funny. Oh, I like her.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
funny.
She wrote that?
I love that.
Anyway, I say this whole story because I watched the video still and I miss fucking him. I'm on the apps right now, Field, Hinge, Tinder, and all these men aren't big enough or just straight up annoy me.
Fair.
I really miss having sex with a big dick that knows my body. Right? He's like, Jesus Christ.
He's like, big dick.
Big.
The dick.
Right.
Big dick. Well, that's my other thing is that I'm like, girl, but are you actually getting dicked down?
Yeah, let me finish.
Okay.
If you were in my spot and a man said he hoped he could make it up to you, what would you do? Sorry for the long message, but I tried to put as much detail without putting too much detail.
Fair.
If you read this with the twins, they might know who I am because I asked for advice. Oh, okay. But because she was like, oh, the twins are Rose.
Oh, okay.
But I chose to read it with you. And yeah, that's it.
Well, I mean, you were detailed enough about his big dick, so
Yeah.
he got a big dick. I will say we were right when she was like, do we forgive him? And I was like, no, and I'm sticking with that answer. We're not going to forgive this man because I do think safe sex, you gotta stay on top of that shit, right? And I'm glad that he paid for it. I'm glad that he paid for Leo's, but like you had rules, and when it comes to rules of safe sex, you have to stay on top of that. And it seemed as though you and Leo were able to stay true to your guys' rules, even with Gemini, where you were like, great, we're going to have this, like, you guys almost seem to have this, like, throuple situation.
Yeah.
And you were able to all keep it copacetic, where, like, Aries and, like, Leo were able to have safe sex with each other and obviously maybe, like, fan off, and then him fucking it up and disrupting it. And, like, anyone who has ever had antibiotics through any STI, it's the worst. It just destroys your body. It throws off your pH balance. It's just like, it wreaks havoc. It literally is like, I always like to call it like it's a phoenix drug. It burns you down to the rubble and ashes of your body, and then you have to like come out of it and like might have an extra arm afterwards, but you're like, it's a phoenix. You have rise from the ashes. So, you know, we have to normalize. Unfortunately, we have to normalize STIs. They happen, whatever. Always get tested. So, no, I would not forgive him. As for trying this whole new dick thing, yes, I think it's time to replace him because, like you said, I'm going to take away your toys. It's been 6 years with this warranty. Get a new car. Why are we still driving this one? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I get that, like, you know, you're obviously a size queen. No shame there. Do you, boo? But, like, this is 6 years. Like, I think it's time. Just let it go.
I mean, like, it doesn't seem like nothing really, besides obviously the whole situation, nothing really like fucked her. It didn't seem like she was getting attached. It
No,
seemed like
it's
it was a great kind of situation. I don't.
Which is why I feel like we could just cut it off gracefully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for a little bit. Like,
yeah.
I understand that, like, you know, obviously she's trying to replace it, too.
Yeah.
And it's not like you guys ended on bad terms. It's just, like, really unfortunate terms. But, like, I don't know, girl. Like, come on, adventure out.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I think. I
Yeah.
wouldn't forgive him. I think your new pussy, it's basically new. Because you just
Right.
went through antibiotics. It's like a virgin at this point.
Right.
I think you deserve to go find another big
Yeah.
dick.
You're literally like cleansing of everything,
Yeah.
bacteria. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's almost like, yeah, new pussy, new lineup. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're right. I mean, like, I like understand the whole safetiness of, well, now I don't necessarily feel safe with this guy because he fucking lied to you, but like I understand the comfortability of the familiarity of, you know, like knowing each other's bodies and being able to like hit each other up when it's needed and having it seems like they have this like
Consistency.
this clear understanding that it's just this and not a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
which is like pretty rare to find, or at least for me. So to like have that, I think is I can understand the frustration. So I wouldn't even judge her if she wanted to entertain that later in the future. But I
Fair.
think for now, I think he deserves to be grounded. Like
Yep.
he deserves to be his toys taken away. Like he deserves to like reap the consequences because that's fucked up.
Dude, that was corny as hell.
Like it's so fucked up to like lie to someone and to be so irresponsible and like
You lied to
Thank-
two people,
thankfully
too.
it was just chlamydia. You know,
Yeah.
and like where it's curable and it's nothing like major, but you know, like you can't fuck with other people's like bodies and health like that. Like that's just mean.
That's my main thing about when people take the whole STI thing way to like try to downplay it. I'm like, you're literally putting my body on the line.
Yeah.
Like the engineer, he burned me,
yeah.
right? And I was like, bro, we had one rule. If we were raw, you had to wear condoms. And he was like, I slipped up once. And I was like, that's all it takes. It's just
Yeah.
one time. Like, I don't trust homegirl, the one that you just fucked. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, you are putting my body at risk. And that's just, that makes me feel so invaded.
To me, if this was me in this situation, I would feel conflicted, of course.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think that I would be able to like feel safe again
Yeah.
to continue to do that. Like I could forgive and like not feel that anger anymore, but like I can't feel safe with you. You know, like this is so intimate. This is so like, yeah, I'm like putting myself at risk.
Yeah.
So like, why? No, yeah. I to me, I would continue to like just try to find someone else. There's other big dicks out there. You know, you clearly are really good at like building that kind of
Connection.
connection.
You did it with Leo.
Yeah, I did with
Yeah.
Leo, and so I think that you should move on from it. However, I wouldn't judge you if you decided later on to test the waters.
Yeah,
Because-
if you want to go back, fine. Run back.
but
the block.
obviously, I would just be like, we're wearing a condom. You
Yeah.
know, like whatever
And a
you
rain
want to
jacket,
do.
We're gonna put down a tarp.
Yeah,
we're gonna,
but
like,
just be careful. Yeah, just be careful and just know that like this man is capable of lying about stuff like that. So maybe just make sure he literally shows you his results.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. So I just hope that I think what she's doing is the right thing of like, you know, making him pay and deal with the consequences of like being
An idiot.
an idiot. Like that's mad disrespectful. So I think she's doing a great job of just being like, no, you can't fucking do this to me.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Cornball.
Yeah, weirdo.
You fucking
What a
weirdo.
weird person.
That's yeah. Also,
So-
weirdo that bro, you had a threesome on a platter.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's
That's
weird, homie.
weird.
How'd you mess up that? You had a
Yeah.
threesome. I think Aries and Leo should go on the apps together and find their big dick.
Yeah, they need to
prints
find like a
together.
third. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Go to a sex party or something. Find you
Yes.
another third.
Just go to, or if you can't go to a sex party, just go to like, East LA. Just hang out in
I don't
Silver
think
Lake.
I think she's from like the Midwest.
Oh, well, come here and go hang out
Yeah.
in East LA.
Go to East LA. Just come over here.
But yeah, no, if you want to go back
Why
in a couple
East
of years.
LA?
I don't know. I just feel like East LA has some of the greatest freaks.
Okay.
And that's what my conspiracy theory.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true. I just like in
Why
my
East LA out of all places?
well, in my demographic, I got bored recently, and I was like mapping out my hotels.
Yeah.
Like I literally bought a map. God, I'm such a
Did
weirdo.
you really?
I literally bought a map of LA, and I started like pinning. Look at Brian's face.
Like I know you're not like I know that's dead ass.
Because I wanted
do.
to like. Okay, I've come to this conclusion also that I think I want to throw a 200th party. I'm pretty. Oh, I dropped my earring.
Fell out. Ooh.
I'm about to fight someone.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm at 200.
Okay.
I don't. I know that I'm below 200.
But
I'm
you're
like
close enough where it could happen soon.
Yeah. And who is that man going to be? What an honor it's going to be for that
Yeah, we
man.
should get you like a cake.
Exactly.
Some balloons that say 200.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like, it's a big deal in baseball.
Is
So I'm
it?
just saying, Brian,
So that was
Mr. 300, there's a
that
whole
was like
movie about
commentary
it.
for Brian.
Yep, baseball.
Because I was like,
what? Home runs, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Third base, all that type of stuff. Yep. See, there you go. So it's a good, my home run average is going to be tight.
Yeah.
So I just was like, I got a map and I was like mapping out
yeah.
LA. I can tell you right now, all the good guys in Seattle are in the South End. All the best
really?
dick is in the South End.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Love South End dick.
So you should do you should do just like a data.
I'm trying. That's why
thing.
I got the map. Is that I was just like looking and I was like trying to remember and I was like texting.
But does it matter if it's like East LA, but it's like, what if they're from like Michigan?
Well, yes, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying where they
Yeah.
live, like where they
Oh.
choose to like keep
Where
in
they
mind this
choose
isn't-
to, yeah, okay.
Because
okay,
most
okay.
of the guys are, a lot of the guys in LA that you're fucking are transplants anyways.
And
you know
then
what I
now
mean?
you go into like the East LA and see like, okay, where did each of these people come from?
Exactly.
So, like numbers with the number, yeah.
Yes, and that's
like
how I
this,
know that
like
I've done the
this.
zodiac and I've done the alphabet.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, what area codes have I done? Now I'm doing the Nate Dogg Ludacris, and I'm going through the phone, and I was like texting, and it sucks because like I want to text my old friend because she had a list on her phone.
Yeah.
Of the amount of men that I've slept with, and I'm like,
it's on
I
her
want to like,
phone?
yes, because like anyways, but. To our dear reader, that's like one of the things that I've wanted to do was just like
So go to East LA.
Yeah, so East LA, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, plug yourself.
Okay,
No,
great.
no, no, no.
Oh, this is me. I'm Rose.
Next time, Isaac will be here.
Isaac will be here. I'm Rose McAleese at Rose Etta Stone. You can also find me on the new blogontheblock.com. Been making a lot of playlists, so you can enjoy that.
Aw. And then you guys, please send more questions and stories. It could be about anything from like relationships, sex, dating, to your work life, to your friendships, to your relationship with your
networking, yeah.
parents. I don't fucking know. Anything that you want like a therapy session on and like our take on it, we're here for you. And all you need to do is just go to broketherapy.com and like there's a contact sheet there. Fill it out. And I also have it in the description below. But yeah, so follow me, Stefanie Maegan. I'm gonna burger Larry and Dangam. All that shit is there. Yay!
Yay! Welcome back!
Welcome back!
Well, this is my first. This is my. I'm back
Yeah,
for like what is this season like 12?
but I feel like you've been here a lot because.
Did I break this again? Did I break
No,
this
it
for
just-
the first
it's
time?
just
Oh, it's just
crooked.
whoa!
Oh, whoa! The chair
And
broke.
that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Okay, bye.
Cheers,
Okay,
and Rose.
bye.
Home.
Broke girl therapy.